Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about Unfortunate Love was how an hospital report comes to the Oberой's house and proved that Lakshmi is pregnant, and everyone were shocked to hear the news. So let's continue from there. Rano asks Bani and says, "Did I not code Neha for you? Then why did you message Lakshmi?" She asks, "Should I murder Neha?" She says, "You called your sister here and complained about me." Neha says, "Who cares? Let her sister come." Rano says, "I am not scared of Lakshmi. I will give her Ladu. Let her come." She scolds Bani. Bani goes. Shalu says Bani is very young. Rano says I had scolded Neha and asked her to talk. Shalu goes. Rano scolded Neha and asked her to apply nail polish. Rishi checks the pregnancy report and finds it to be positive. He gets shocked and looks at Lakshmi. Lakshmi goes out. Dr. Chief asks that why is everyone silent? I gave the good news. I thought everyone would be happy. He asks Rishi if he was doing a family planning. Rishi asks the doctor to be quiet and go from there. Dr. Chief gets confused and he goes. Karishma asks that what is going on in this house? You are getting divorced and this baby? Kiran says, "Good news, my foot. I have never heard such worse news before." Ahana says, "I'm going to my room," and she is about to go. Grandma says sister's neck and she gives Ahana neck. She says when a sister becomes an aunt, then brother gives neck. But seeing everyone's mood, maybe Ayush will not give you the neck, and Grandma get happy. Virendra asks Grandma that what are you saying? Grandma says she is very happy because a little baby is coming to their house and says she is getting goosebumps. Virendra says Rishi and Lakshmi are getting divorced. Grandma says Lakshmi is pregnant. Malishka goes to a room and locks the door. Kiran says my daughter is betrayed. Rishi comes behind Malishka and knocks on the door. Kiran tells Rishi that he wanted to get engaged to Malishka. Then why did he do this? She says you would have handled yourself. Rishi says Malishka. Kiran asks Rishi to go and save his respect. Lakshmi comes to Rano's house. Bani asks her. Lakshmi asks what happened. Neha says I pulled Bani and then pushed her and she fell on the wall. Lakshmi asks what if she is odd. Bani cries. Rano comes there and scolds Bani, asking that how many stitches does she have. Shalu argues with Rano. Rano says I am bearing so much troubles due to you all. She says didn't you get scolded by your parent? Neha says Bani is crying because I held her hand. She says if anyone else had slapped her 2 to 4 times, then she wouldn't have cried. Shalu asks that why would anyone slap Bani? Lakshmi says I will talk to Bani. She asks what happened. Bani asks Lakshmi. Lakshmi says I am in front of you, and she asks her to talk and say what happened. Shalu says she is missing Lakshmi and she needs you. Bani asks Lakshmi. Rishi asks Malishka to open the door and says he needs to talk to her. Malishka says I just don't want to talk to you, and she asks him to just go. Kiran says my daughter doesn't want to talk to you, and she asks Rishi to go and says if there is anything left, then you can talk. Rishi goes from there. Kiran knocks on the door and asks Malishka to open the door. Rishi thinks about Lakshmi fainting at the temple and Dr. Shiv giving them the good news of Lakshmi's pregnancy. Karishma asks Virendra that what would happen now. Virendra says what? Karishma says if Neelam comes to know about Lakshmi's pregnancy, then what will happen? Virendra says Neelam should not know because Neelam will not spare Lakshmi and even Rishi. Kiran comes there and says Lakshmi has trapped Rishi finally. She says she did this to stay here, but how did Rishi do this? She says Lakshmi has gotten the gold mine and she has the Oberой's blood in her. Karishma says Lakshmi is playing games with us. Kiran says Lakshmi is winning as well and she got pregnant when nobody likes her. No court can separate Rishi and Lakshmi now. She says during this pregnancy period, they will come closer and Rishi will never leave Lakshmi seeing the baby because I know Rishi. Rishi calls Lakshmi and then keeps the phone down. He takes the wine and drinks. He calls Lakshmi again. Lakshmi doesn't see his calls and she is making Bani sleep. Ayush comes to Rishi and calls him. Rishi says Malishka doesn't want to talk to me. Kiran comes inside the room and asks Malishka not to give that look to her. She says you are also the reason for this, and she tells her that you should get Rishi fully or you will never get him at all. Kiran tells Malishka that Rishi runs behind you and Lakshmi was with him since 2 months and he impregnated her. She says why didn't you make Rishi impregnate you? If Lakshmi could do it, why wouldn't you do this? Malishka says you are my mom and you are saying this. Kiran says I am a woman too. She says Lakshmi did a big thing by getting pregnant for Rishi and you are here crying. Kiran asks Malishka that why didn't you give the good news that you are pregnant with Rishi's child before Lakshmi did. She says why didn't you give this news? Malishka asks that are you saying this for real? I am not yet married to Rishi, and she asks if Kiran would have liked it if she gets pregnant out of wedlock. Kiran says yes, I would have liked it because it would be Rishi and your child. Malishka says I love Rishi and I don't want to play games with him. Kiran says love is a game and she should have used all her cards. Rishi tells Ayush that Malishka doesn't want to talk to him. Ayush says we all know the reason. It is because of Lakshmi's pregnancy news. Ayush gives a new phone to Rishi. Rishi calls Lakshmi but she couldn't pick. Lakshmi asks Shalu that what happened and says Bani might be missing me, so that was why she called. She asks if there is another reason. Shalu says you know us well. Lakshmi says you both are part of me, and Shalu tells Lakshmi everything about Neha hurting Bani. Lakshmi says to Shalu that Bani is emotional and she takes small things also on heart. She says Bani was not missing me, but she was missing father and mother. She says Bani's heart was hurt and she must be missing them. And when they are not here, I am here, so she messaged me. Shalu asks Lakshmi and says, sister, you know us so well. She says even Bani said that she was missing father and mother, and that is why she messaged you. She says we both are very lucky to have you. Lakshmi says I am lucky to have you both. She says Bani is sad about one more thing, and she asks her to remember the day. She says a day like this, father and mother took Bani to the school for the first time, but they are not here with us now. Shalu says to Lakshmi that Bani asked me to drop her to school today. She says she is not expressive. Lakshmi says, why do I ask you to take care of Bani always? She is very sensitive and emotional. You have to take care of her. Shalu says, I take her responsibility. She would wake up laughing. Lakshmi says she will stay here. Shalu asks Lakshmi to go. Lakshmi asks Shalu to make Bani talk to her. Just as she wakes up, Shalu says okay and she asks Lakshmi. Lakshmi kisses Bani and she goes out. She comes to Neha and tells her that she is going, but she wants to tell her one thing. She says, actually, I want to warn you, being your elder sister. She says, if you do this again, then I will come here and I will beat you in front of my aunt. Neha says, beating? Lakshmi says, yes, I am elder than you and I can do this. She says, I can do this with Shalu and Bani too. Neha asks Lakshmi if she is her mother. She says, don't lecture me and don't use your mind much. She asks her to do something to save her marriage. Rano tells her that she doesn't want Lakshmi's marriage to break. Neha says you wanted it to break before. Rano says she wanted Lakshmi's marriage to break so that Neha can take her place. But now Malishka will take over Lakshmi's place, so that is why she doesn't want Lakshmi to get divorced. Shalu says that she likes Rano because she is supporting Lakshmi for now. Rano and Neha says that Malishka is a witch. Rano says if she is a witch, then I am a wizard. Lakshmi asks them to stop it. She says don't say bad words about Malishka. Rano says I am still your aunt and says I still have relationship with the family because of Lakshmi. She says if you need me, then tell me. I will bring sword. Lakshmi says it is not needed and says Rishi and my marriage will not break easily. Now I have the reason to stay with him. Karishma says Lakshmi will stay here because of her pregnancy. Kiran says now nothing can be done. Virendra says we will sort this out after her Hannah's engagement. He says the court has given 3 months, out of which 1 month have passed. He says now it has become the family matter and says that Rishi should choose if he wants the baby or his parent and his family. He goes. Kiran asks if Virendra really said this. Karishma says Virendra doesn't like or dislike someone easily and says now he has hatred for Lakshmi. Grandma asks Karishma that why is she not happy? Karishma says how can I be happy after hearing about Lakshmi's pregnancy? Grandma says nobody is happy that Rishi is going to become a father. She gets hopeful. Karishma asks Grandma to stop it and says this is a bad news. How can we be happy? Grandma says the heir of the family is coming and you are not happy. She says I am seeing Rishi's baby and you people are seeing just Lakshmi. Karishma says you are speaking as if you are an old era's mom. Grandma says feelings will be the same amidst the era and she is happy about Lakshmi's pregnancy. The doorbell rings. Grandma says Lakshmi might have come and she opens the door. She sees Gautam and asks him to come inside. Gautam says he has come because Sudha's call was unreachable. He says he came to ask for permission. He says he is buying a house tomorrow, so he wants their permission to take Ahana there. He asks Ahana if he disturbed her. Ahana says no. He asks Ahana if she will come with him. Ahana says let's go. Rishi get drunk. Ayush asks, do you want to talk to me? And he takes him away. Lakshmi reaches home. Malishka shouted, calling Lakshmi's name. She asks, what did you do? And how did you do it? Lakshmi asks, what do you mean? Malishka says, you should not say anything. She says, even if you have Rishi's child, you will still be an illiterate. She says, I don't understand why Rishi touched you. She says, you have no beauty and mind, so how can you be pregnant with Rishi's child? She says, you have nothing, and she asks that where did Rishi touch her, and how did she get pregnant? Lakshmi looks on in shock, looking at Malishka. Ayush takes Rishi to the room and takes off his shoes. He then covers him with a comforter and he is about to go, but Rishi holds his hand. Rishi says, I am happy. Ayush says, you are happy? I see your happiness. You had so much to drink. He says, honestly, I should be happy, but I can't be happy. Malishka asks Lakshmi not to tell her where Rishi touched her. She says he might have touched you that you got pregnant and says it might not be a magic that you got pregnant. She asks, where did Rishi touch you? Lakshmi asks Malishka to go home and she should not ask her any question. Malishka asks again that how did Lakshmi get pregnant and where did Rishi touch you to make you pregnant? Lakshmi says yeah, and she shows Malishka her hand and her neck. Malishka gets teary eyes. Lakshmi tells Malishka that Rishi has touched her so and that is why she got pregnant. Malishka gets angry and she goes from there crying, and Lakshmi looks on in shock. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to check the comment section for the link to the next update once it is available. Thanks for watching. I will see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.